Going. It's Grayson Myers.
Nico Seferati, and this is strategy and formulation and interview results for our project company, Microsoft. So for our table of contents, we have just a quick little, we have strategic analysis and case analysis purpose, followed by a situation analysis, an internal SWOT analysis, strategy formulation section, alternatives strategy formulation section, and then our citations.
To start us off with a quick executive summary, so Microsoft is our company. It's a leading technology company that provides a wide range of software, hardware, and cloud-based services. The company has a strong presence in multiple markets, including personal computers, gaming, productivity, software, and enterprise solutions. Microsoft's mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. In recent years, Microsoft has been focusing on a cloud-first strategy and has been heavily investing in its Azure cloud platform as well as ChatGPT. This has allowed the company to diversify its revenue streams and compete with other cloud providers such as Amazon Web Services and Google Cloud. Overall, Microsoft's strategy is focused on innovation, customer satisfaction, and strategic partnerships. The company has a strong balance sheet and continues to generate significant cash flows, which allows it to invest in new technologies and strategic acquisitions.
So for our strategic profile and the case analysis purpose, Microsoft should continue to be a leading innovator in the technology industry. Along with that, they should be able to focus on emerging technologies surrounding artificial intelligence to bolster its current technologies that it supports. And this case will focus on how Microsoft will be able to perform in the coming years and what strategies will be applicable to achieve this successful results.
Moving over to its situation analysis, we have some slides here just talking about its whole environmental analysis. We'll just give a brief little touch-up on these. As for its political analysis, Microsoft operates on a global scale, which makes it subject to laws and regulations in other countries. The company must comply with trade restrictions, taxes, and tariffs that exist in the country it's operating in. Microsoft can continue to increase computer technology sales for government clients because of this.
So next for economic analysis. So its global environmental economic environment has a significant impact on their revenue and profitability. And since Microsoft offers high value products, economic recessions can often lead to decreased consumer spending and lower demand for its products and services.
Then over to its sociocultural, Microsoft has demographic trends such as aging populations and increasing diversity, which can positively affect Microsoft's customer base and the demand for its products. So as people really continue to adapt and become more accustomed to technology, the opportunity for favorable advancements remain exponential in terms of growth.
As far as technological, Microsoft is a company that consistently driven industry change through their innovation, and they offer a wide variety of technological devices and services that have kept them at the top of the game since the early 2000s. And in an ever-changing technology industry, there will always be opportunities for new types of technology to emerge into the market.
Over to some of its environmental analysis. Environmentally, there are many steps Microsoft can take to have a positive impact. Being an environmentally friendly tech company is something that has become increasingly important over time, and it really will continue to be that way for the foreseeable future. So Microsoft really has this opportunity to decrease their carbon emissions by making their data centers more eco-friendly.
In terms of legal regulatory issues, in the software industry, there's always going to be a tremendous amount of legislation that's required to maintain the industry. This will create kind of a legal barrier or obstacle that Microsoft will have to navigate through. A few of the laws that kind of affect Microsoft are the Sherman Act of 1872, where it's prohibited to form a cartel and fix prices, create a monopoly to govern the software industry. And then furthermore, they have the Privacy Act of 1974, which regulates collections, storage, and use of data by software companies.
Then for its industry analysis, there are competitive pressures stemming from the market maneuvering and strategy initiatives of industry rivals to enhance buyer appeal for their products, boost profitability, and win a competitive edge. Microsoft will always have to be effective at competition to beat their industry rivals. They face firms that are highly aggressive in nature and will always be looking to steal some of their market share. They also have to deal with the issues that there is a large amount of diversity in the industry, and the technology firms have a large range of products.
So, some more industry analysis. There are competitive pressures that stem from threat of new entrants into the market. So, in regard to new entries into the market, this is a force Microsoft will have to worry less overall about, since their company's such a big size, and it takes a lot more for smaller companies to get into the technology market. There's also competitive pressures from companies in other industries selling substitute products. So substitutes in Microsoft's case will tend to have less of an effect on business than other companies, just because Microsoft sells a lot of preferred products that substitutes can't really combat the effectiveness of.
And then we also have, again, some competitive pressure, or some more industry analysis, some competitive pressures stemming from the exercise of supplier bargaining power. Since the scale of Microsoft's business is so large, it's tough for suppliers to really have an impact on their operations. However, depending on the size of the supplier, prices of products being sold to Microsoft may have the potential to be increased. There are also a limited number of options available in regard to suppliers that Microsoft can purchase from. There's just a limited amount of supply really in the industry as a whole.
Another competitive pressure we have stems from the exercise of buyer-consumer bargaining power. So in Microsoft's case, they always have to be aiming for customer satisfaction, since it's a main factor in the business's overall success. Microsoft's customers, on the other hand, have to deal with the fact there are a limited amount of substitutes in the market, as I mentioned previously, which means there's very little variety in terms of Microsoft's product. But in today's day and age, customers are able to have high quality information about Microsoft's products and products of other competitors.
And then just to touch on our SWOT analysis here, some of the strengths include some internal strategic factors, like we just talked about, some strong brand recognition, diversified product portfolio, and a large and loyal customer base. As for some of our weaknesses, we have the dependence on Windows and Office, some slow adoption of new technology, limited presence in certain markets, and obviously their high prices. And as for some opportunities, we have some of their cloud services, like we mentioned in our research paper, Azure, some artificial intelligence and machine learning like ChatGPT. You have the Internet of Things as well as emerging markets. And as for some threats, there's obviously the cybersecurity threats that often technology companies face, data privacy regulations, rapidly evolving technology, as well as some economic downturns.
So in terms of strategy formulation, one strategy that Microsoft can come up with and pursue in the future is continue to develop their cloud service and AI technology. Artificial intelligence should be the driving factor behind the improvements of such technology, and artificial intelligence can be used in the back end of the cloud service improvements by helping making bug fixes, correcting errors, or making improvements in general.
Then as for some alternative implementation, a strategic alternative that can be pursued is this development of Microsoft's very own artificial intelligence service, like they have done with ChatGPT. Since it's newly emerging, the market for the technology is young. There are plenty more opportunities for Microsoft to really break into that field. They can continue to develop their own service and add to the collection of goods and services that they already do provide to customers.
And that's the end. These are some